John King. I'm here with Jason Herndon. He's a shooter, apparently a type of style that I hadn't heard about, and you might not have heard about either, but it is an Olympic style of shooting, and he has some really interesting pistols here. Jason, go ahead and tell us a little bit about what we're looking at here. Let's start with the top here.
Sure. The top is an air pistol made by Marini out of Switzerland, and that's the event that I'll be competing in the World Cup with. And this is not your typical Daisy type of pistol. The cylinder under here unscrews, and you can fill it off of a scuba tank. And when it's full, it's at 2,900 psi, so it's real high pressure.
This is pretty much exclusively a target pistol, right?
Yes, this is used for punch and paper at 10 meters and nothing else.
10 meters?
It is worthless for everything else, to be honest with you. The velocity of the pellet is about 500 feet per second, so it's not real fast. But the precision aspect of it is absolutely phenomenal.
Huh.
They can clamp this in what they call a ransom rest, shoot 10 pellets through it, and when you go and look at the target, it looks like a slightly larger than one-shot hole.
Really?
Yeah, so they're extremely, extremely accurate, but they're worthless beyond 10 meters. So
what do you got? What are these little insignias and stamps and stuff?
These are different matches that you shoot at. When you go through equipment control and your gun passes inspection, they'll give you a sticker. This is the first nationals I shot since I was a junior shooter, 2009.
What's the electric switch right there?
So the electronic switch here is just that. It's an electronic trigger. It's not a mechanical trigger. So when I pull the trigger, it activates a solenoid for the valve.
Oh.
And the old guns used to work off of when you pull the trigger and the sear releases, the hammer comes up, it slaps a transfer bar, the transfer bar slams into the valve opens, air comes out, the valve shuts, and the pellet goes down the barrel.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a solenoid that just quickly activates the valve for the proper amount of air that it needs.
Wow. Now, one of the things I thought was kind of striking, it looks very modern, as you said, like kind of like scuba gear, right?
Right.
But then over here, this looks like a work in process.
Yes, this is I
mean, if I zoom in closer, I can see like your hand markings. Is this
right.
like clay
Bondo.
or what?
It's Bondo, like what you would put on the side of your car to fix a dent. And the reason for this is everyone's hands are different, and these guns come with a basic grip from the factory, but it's meant to be modified to the shooter's hand. So you can see I'm playing with some tape on some buildup here, seeing if I like it before I make the change in Bondo or wood putty or whatever. I've carved out here, I've carved out here. These are all pressure points that were hitting my hands, so I have relieved them. And then the idea behind the Bondo here is every time I have to take my hand out of the gun and then put my hand back in, I'm able to, primarily off of this main large groove here, I'm able to get my hand back into the same position that it was.
So you have a natural start point every time.
Right, yeah. Every time you pick up a pistol, you don't want to have a different grip. If you have a different grip, you're going to have a different outcome on your shot. So everything is contoured where I have no pinch points. Everything's nice and tight, but not pinching. And I've done some work up here on the fingers as well.
And what's the name of the type of competition that you would shoot this?
So this is Olympic Freestyle Air Pistol.
All right. Well, thanks for showing us the Olympic Air Style pistol. And this is what you're shooting out of that guy, right?
So yeah, I don't know if I have anything in here or not. I do. It's full. So these are
these look different than the little pellets I get from my gun.
Right, match grade pellets. They're very uniformed and in both size, diameter, weight. And
I buy like a big thing of pellets for pretty cheap,
right,
for my kids to plink with. What does a box of this cost?
These aren't too bad. What we call a tin of 500 match grade pellets is about $14. So when you look at, especially if you've been trying to buy 22 shells lately,
Different market.
$14 for 500 shots.
That's a big
yeah, little bit of a difference, but then again, you're can only really shoot targets with it. It's not a squirrel gun or anything like that.
Unless it's a paper squirrel at exactly 10 meters.
Right, or if you're really close and you can have a good follow-up shot, it's not going to do much. So.
All right, let's